The story begins in a city called Belgrade, where some soldiers were chasing a famous warrior named Alyosha. Alyosha cut a tree and dropped it in front of them so that they could not come after him. But then the coming owl knocked him down. Now he had no choice but to fight with these soldiers. But he still easily defeated all the soldiers. Then suddenly, the owl turned into a woman whose name was Varvara. She made Alyosha's sword robbery with her magical whip. But then Alyosha's horse also changed its form and became the magician Sweetos. She did a special magic on Alyosha that he started to sneeze continuously. As soon as she got the opportunity, Varvara made Alyosha a statue, after which the soldiers threw him into the sea with the other stone warriors. Magician Varvara wanted to kill Sweetos, but he immediately jumped into the sea and ran away with the form of a fish. After this, in 2017, we see a boy named Ivan. He was a fraud who claimed to be a magician. One day, an old woman came to him and told Ivan that he will go to another world soon, where he would have a lot of unusual things with him. But Ivan did not pay much attention to the old woman's words. The next day, a woman asked for help from Ivan and asked that if he could bring her niece out of coma with his magical powers. Ivan was a fraud, but he could not lie about anyone's life. That's why he left quietly. When he left, Ivan remembered an incident of his childhood. In childhood, Ivan lived in an orphanage where the other children used to make fun of him because of his superstitions. One night, they locked Ivan in the room for a long time. Even after screaming for a long time, when no one came to help him, he opened the door with a needle. After coming out, he sealed the blankets of all the children to the bed with the needle. And when they woke up in the morning, none of them were able to get up from their bed. After which all the children started laughing at them. After this incident, Ivan had worn that needle like a necklace. After some time, a man stopped Ivan with his bodyguards because some days ago, Ivan met his wife and he said her that your husband is cheating on you. Seeing himself in trouble, Ivan immediately started running away from there, but the bodyguards were right behind him, from whom he entered a water slide to escape. But instead of taking him to a swimming pool, it brought him to the jungle of Belgrade. Ivan didn't understand anything, and when he looked at the tree, he became conscious about what happened. He got scared when he saw Sweetosa. After that, Sweetosa started chasing him. When he got scared and picked up a stick to kill Sweetosa, Sweetosa turned him into a very big tree and also grew a tail from Ivan's back. After that, Sweetosa told Ivan that he is the son of a warrior named Mermit, and many years ago, on his parents' request, Sweeto took him to another world. But now Ivan was the last hope for them. Then he heard that some soldiers were moving towards him. Immediately after that, Sweetosa gave Ivan his father's ring and ran away from there. Seeing the soldiers in front of him, Ivan told them his father's name. But this did not make any difference to the soldiers. And as soon as Ivan tried to run away from there, he fell unconscious after bumping into a tree. After that, the soldiers made him a prisoner and brought him to the palace. They presented him to Prince Dobrynya. When Ivan showed his ring to him telling his father's name, the prince welcomed him with trust. After a while, the magician Varvara also reached there, who was now married to Prince Dobrynya. After that, Varvara lied to the prince and took Ivan with her. She told the soldiers to lock Ivan up in jail. After a while, Ivan looked at the jail on the wall next to him, where the body of a man named Koshi was cut into pieces and kept in a separate pile of ice. Kosh had already known Ivan, and his secret was that if he were to return to his world, he would have to wield the miraculous sword under any circumstances. After that, Kosh cheated a magician and got a miraculous sword, after which we ruled for years. His soul was trapped in a special stone, and until that stone is safe, no one can kill him. One day, some warriors took away his magical sword and hid it somewhere. Also, that stone was also separated from the sword. At present, the stone was with Prince Dobrynya, who sent Kosh to jail. Then soldiers brought some more prisoners there, including an old magician named Baba Yaga. When a soldier was busy looking at Ivan's face, Baba Yaga took out frog from his pocket, which in a few moments took the form of a girl named Vasilia. She poured some pills of unconsciousness in the liquor of soldier. Vasilia immediately freed Baba Yaga after he became unconscious, after which both of them started trying to free Kosh. Baba Yaga had made this entire plan to free Kosh. Then Ivan told them also to free him. But after some time, Ivan accidentally blew the alarm. Soon after that, many other soldiers came. While on one side Vasilia and Koshi were breaking their bones, Baba Yaga was throwing his moose acid to the soldiers, and when a soldier ran to attack Ivan, Ivan took a photo of him on his phone and told him that he has caught his soul in the phone. But as Ivan locked him up in jail, the soldiers pulled his tail. Finally, the four of them got out of jail and reached Baba Yaga's hut, who could run with the help of her powerful legs. The soldiers tried to catch the hut, but Baba Yaga would always do some magic to save them. The next morning, when they left the soldiers behind and reached the middle of the jungle, Baba Yaga sent Ivan to the hut to pick up some stuff, but he accidentally set fire to the hut. After which they tried to put out the fire, but the hut ran away from there. After a while, they left to find the sword of the miracle and took a lot of pictures on the way. Varvara and his soldiers were also looking for Ivan and his companions. After a while, Ivan and his companions reached the Death River, to cross which they needed the help of a man named Voda. That's why Baba Yaga took the form of a beautiful girl and asked for help from Merman. He got ready in a minute. As soon as he left, Varvara also reached there, which magically found out where they were going. After a long time, Ivan and his companions reached the Death River, which was full of many dangerous old fishes. Voda jumped into the river and tried to talk to River, but the river stopped listening to him because he did not come here for long. After seeing all this, Vasilia was very angry because she couldn't find any other way. And because of this, the argument between Koshi and her also started. And Ivan came in the right time and made both of them calm. Ivan took a rabbit to fix Vasilia's mood. But as soon as Vasilia caught the rabbit, her eyes fell on the rabbit's eyes, which were shining. She immediately threw the rabbit and went ahead to kill him. So the rabbit immediately turned into Varvara. To save themselves, they ran to their friends. As soon as they found out about Varvara, they all jumped into the well. Baba Yaga stopped the way to the well before jumping in. But as soon as they jumped into the well, Baba Yaga's real form appeared in front of Voda, who got very angry at him. But he still got ready to help them. After that, Voda filled the whole water of the well in his stomach, so that Ivan and his companions could get out of the secret path. As soon as they left, Varvara also reached there and Voda threw water on her face, and she got angry and turned Voda into a stone. But then she got such a throw of water from Voda that she flew away. That night, while eating, Ivan gave his special necklace to Vasilia. Next morning when they woke up, Varvara and her soldiers attacked them. To save themselves, they ran and Vasilia fell into a ditch. Everyone thought she was dead, but she was actually stuck with Ivan's necklace in the form of a frog. Before leaving, Ivan heard her voice. After that, Varvara took Ivan to the mountain where the sword was. There were many swords on the mountain, so Varvara told Ivan to take out the right sword from it. Ivan deceived her and tried to run away from there, but Varvara used magic to stop him. To save himself, he took a random sword, but the ordinary sword suddenly became the magical sword. After that, Ivan immediately freed his friends and gave the sword to Koshi. And then Prince Dobronia also reached there, and he gave Koshi the greed to give the special stone in which his soul was trapped. But he took the sword with deception, and the stone turned out to be fake. But then Vasilia jumped in the middle and dropped Dobronia, giving Ivan the time to pick up the sword. Now everyone was ready to fight, but Ivan made a ball out of the sword and jumped back into his world. She got angry with this betrayal and threw his necklace towards him. Ivan tried to be happy in his world, but his friends were worrying about him. That's why he decided to go back to his world. But this time, when he went to the water slide, nothing happened. The police caught him and put him in jail, where Sweetozar was already locked. But he couldn't do magic without his stick, so Ivan fooled the police officer and got his sword back. After that, Sweetozar made a ball to send him back. And before leaving, he gave Ivan a special soil, which he had to feed to the dragons in jail, often left. But the police caught Sweetozar. When Ivan saw the dragons in the palace, he went crazy, because they were still very small. He tried to feed them with the soil, but it was not working. Then the soldiers came and caught him, and the powder fell down while he was going. Then the dragons started eating the powder. Then Ivan was taken to the palace where Prince Dobronia was waiting for the right time. Ivan brought a gun with him, and he tried to break the stone. But Varvara came in the middle and made him fall down. And at the right time, she made Dobronia immortal with magic. Now even the bullets were not affecting him. As he moved forward to kill Ivan, the dragons attacked everyone. The dragons were small in size, but they were throwing fire. As soon as he got the chance, Ivan freed his friends and apologized to Vasilia. Vasilia first slapped him in anger, but then kissed him. Dobrynya had stopped the fire of the dragon with his sword. To distract him, Ivan told him to fight with a normal sword like a man. As soon as the fight started, Vasilia tried to steal the magical sword. But then Varvara came in the way, and they started fighting each other. In this fight, the special stone fell down from the magical sword. There, the dragon freed Kosei. Kosei quickly grabbed the special stone, but as he was about to destroy it, Varvara separated his hand from his body, but Kosei could control his own hand, and he destroyed the stone by blowing it in the air. Kosei and Dobrynya died immediately after that because both of their souls were trapped in the stone. After that, Ivan's father became a human again. Everything was fine in that world. Soon Ivan took a special medicine from Baba Yaga and cured the kid in coma. And then he came back to Belgary and started a new life with Vasilia.